Assalamualaikum and a very good morning I bid to our distinguished panelists and our lovely audience. I am Fairuz and I will be your moderator for this particularly exciting and intriguing forum on the discussion between small families versus large families in the modern world. Family size and the benefits thereof has always been a hotly debated topic for years now. A small family, by definition, refers to a family consisting of a maximum of four family members with a maximum of one or two children, whereas a large family refers to a family consisting of three children or more. To discuss this forum today, I would like to introduce our panelists, starting with Dr. Muhammad Nur Hilmi bin Saiful Azza, a well-renowned psychologist and a licensed therapist who specializes in family counseling and therapy. Next will be Mr. Muhammad Hafiz bin Samsudin, a representative speaker from the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development, KPWKM. Third is Mr. Ahmad Akmal bin Abdullah, an avid supporter on the benefits of large families and also a father of nine. Last but not least, our panelist, Dr. Sarah Natasha, a lecturer from University Malaya, specializing in child psychology. We will begin with this forum with you, Dr. Hilmi. What is your stance on the discussion between small and large families?
Thank you very much, Ms. Moderator. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning I'd like to bid to my fellow panelists and dearest audience. Now, I'd like to begin our forum today by personally stating that I believe in the premise that smaller families have much more to offer in terms of beneficial qualities in this day and age in comparison to larger families. The reason that I feel this way is because of a plethora of reasons and justifications, some of which I would like to specify in today's forum. Now, firstly, smaller families, by and large, provide the family with a lot more financial freedom and income. Now, we cannot deny that financial challenges are proving to be one of the main concerns when it comes to raising children in the modern world, with rising costs of living and increasing inflation rates, on top of the fact that parents will want to give the best for their children in terms of education and lifestyle. Now, this is particularly true in urban environments. A study conducted by the United States Department of Agriculture, or USDA, has found that the average cost of raising a child in today's economy amounts to almost $233,610 which is equivalent to more than 1 million Malaysian ringgit. Now, this includes education, housing, food, and other costs that relate to raising a child. Therefore, with less children, parents are able to provide stronger financial stability to their family, as household and child-related expenses will be significantly lower in smaller families in comparison to larger ones. Furthermore, parents will be able to provide more for these children, as they do not have to allocate such a large amount or such a large portion of their income to their children in comparison to larger families. On top of that, in smaller families, it is a lot more common for children to have both parents working, as with smaller commitments at home due to less amount of children, parents are able to balance their careers and family lives more efficiently. So we have a case where in smaller families, it is not as common to have the wife stay at home to take care of the kids in comparison to larger ones. Now, this proves to be heavily beneficial, as not only does it strengthen the financial freedom of that family, it also strengthens the financial security, as the family does not need to depend on a single source of income to support the family. Now, this is particularly true when it comes to volatility in unemployment as well as the economy. We can take a perfect example of, let's say, COVID-19, where let's say the father was to lose their job. At least the family will not be robbed of all their income streams or revenue streams to support the family, as we still have the mother who can help take the burden in the terms of financial expenses. Now, moving on to my next point. Smaller families can prove as a countermeasure to prevent overpopulation, which leads to many social and economic detriments in the future. When we look at the grand scheme of things, we cannot deny that overpopulation has become a massive issue for many countries all over the world. Now, this is particularly apparent when we observe countries with one-child policies, such as China, where the space and resources available in that country were no longer able to sustain the population growth of those countries. Now, unsustainable population growth can lead to many social and economic issues within the country, such as increase in unemployment and poverty rates due to an oversupply of labor and manpower into the country's industries and productive sectors. So in this case, we have a lot more people who end up homeless or people who do not earn enough to feed their families. This furthermore becomes a much larger. Now this furthermore leads to an even larger problem, as with overpopulation, it also increases the need and demand for products such as food, water, and shelter. Now this can cause a scarcity in products, which ultimately leads to higher living costs due to the higher demand of products. You see, now this is where smaller families can play an integral role to help curb this issue, as with the adoption of smaller families, it can help slow population growth to a sustainable level that allows us to better cater to our growing populations.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hilmi, on your insight towards the benefits of small families. Now to you, Mrs. Sarah, I understand that you have a strong affinity towards the idea that larger families are highly beneficial to the development of children. Would you care to elaborate on your opinion?
Thank you, Miss Moderator. I've always believed that the bigger family, the more love it has. When you have 5 siblings or kids, you never think you are alone and no one loves you. When something happens, there's always someone who is ready to support you anytime you need it. A bigger family gets the advantage of children that are never lonely and have had to share and make friends easily. They tend to work faster and also have different personalities and skills which complement each other and add diversity in family life. In large families, teamwork becomes necessary. Mom or dad can't do it all alone, so they divided the responsibilities between children. Each child has to pitch in to keep the house running. Chores get assigned, and everyone works together to get things accomplished. Knowing how to do simple things like sweeping, vacuuming, washing dishes, and cleaning bathrooms are necessary, especially when the children move out on their own. In large families with healthy connections, siblings bond and can become lifelong friends. As adults, they are there to support one another. There is generally a loyalty and trust that remains strong through the ups and downs of life, according to Splash. Siblings will assist each other with everything from caring for their parents in the old age to helping each other out with the childcare. Extended family events carry the potential to increase those bonds further. On the other hand, children have to share many things. These include sharing rooms and getting hand-me-down from older siblings. Having many children, the parents may give each child less money. When there is food on the table, it must be shared among everyone. Children may think this is terrible, but again, it can be a very good training as they learn to share to appreciate. They learn to give and take. Again, these are the important life skills. People say that when a family is large, there will be a lot of fights. This may be true. It is normal for children to argue or quarrel with one another. However, it is also normal for the fights to end quickly. 2 children may quarrel, the next minute they play more together. This is often. Therefore, in a large family, children learn how to make up after a quarrel. Regardless of all above things, the more hearts in the home, the bigger potential there is for big love. If you do your best to usher a loving atmosphere into your home, there will be a big, real, and powerful love into your home. The protective and connective love between siblings is amazing. And the more you have, the stronger a force you will be to reckon with. I still remember a quote says, you won't find a better school of life than being part of a big family.
Sorry for interrupt Dr. Sarah Natasha. I totally disagree with your opinion. In a modern time, many people choose to have a small family rather than big family. It is because of the advantages. Some people say that small family is a perfect and happy family in modern times. This is because a small family can easily be adjusted in all conditions when we compare to a big one. I am Muhammad Hafiz bin Samsudin as a Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development, and I choose to have a small family because of several factors. First, by having a small family, it can lower the stress level in the family. By having a small family, there will be a fewer case or fewer conflict happen in the family. Small family is much easier to handle, and it is easy for the parents to plan on the basic issues such as food, health, and also their children education. In terms of expenditure consumed by small family is lesser compared to big family, and the extra income is put on the other important issues for the family. Besides, family can live healthily and at the same time afford to spend their extra money on the luxury such as holiday. On the other side, a lot of money is spent on daily basic needs, and any plan for luxury expenditures stretches into important needs, hence denying the family happy life. Large families seems to struggle to provide their children a variety of opportunities in terms of sports, language, clothes, and also toys. Where there is a financial limitation faced by a large family, some parents seems to ignore this challenge due to the satisfaction of raising their children who can play with each other, participate in outdoor activities, while stimulating the sense of benefit for the whole groups. For my second reason why small families are better than big families is because children will get more attention and educational advantages. Children from small family will get more attention from their parents, and this will lead to their emotion to be a happier kids and close to their parents. For example, parents with two children will have more time for them to guide and educate their children, will be more easier for them compared to a big family which have the issue to educate their children. Besides, money and other resources are shared among fewer children. For example, each of the children will probably have a chance to continue their studies in the universities and become more successful person one day. But in a large family, only the eldest one or the smartest one who will get such opportunities because of the financial problem by them. Study made from three economists written by Chin Chui, Yona, and also Andrew. They look at 26 years of data on parents and children, suggests that with every additional kid born into the family, the other siblings are more likely to suffer from lower cognitive abilities and more behavioral issues, and there will be the worst outcome later in life. They drew on a large set of data from the National Longitude Survey of Youth in 1979 and asked a family a ton of questions about their children's education, behavioral issues, and home environments. The result shows that every time a young child is born, the percentage fell by 3% and behavioral problem increase. It also shows that the birth of another kids also can lower the overall amount of education that each children should receive.
Now to Mr. Ahmad Akmal. In light of current stigmas that see large families as somewhat of an abnormality in modern society, what benefits do you, in your opinion, think large families can provide to us?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you to moderator. As a father of 9, I believe that having a big family brings more benefit compared to a small family. The reason I say so is Point number one is children always have a support. No matter what happens in your life, there is always someone who can help you and support you. In a big family, a children can be both selfish and unselfish. If your brother does not care about you, your sister will risk her life to help you. For example, the younger brother got bullied at school. The elder brother will be responsible for looking after and protecting his little brother at school. Moreover, if your son has a lot of uncles and aunts, they can bring a huge support to your children, because the uncles and aunts can bring happiness to your children too. They can give a gift to your son's birthday celebrations or take a vacation with their child, so the children will have fun spending time together. Having a big family is totally a blessing. And now my second point is they will have many friends. If you have many siblings and cousins, chance are you to get many friends is high. In a small family, it's hard to find someone that you can get along with, so you feel lonely and desperate. When you have a big family, you always have someone that you can spend some quality time with. When you have a lot of friends, many fun activities for kids can do in their free time. Plus, all your siblings and cousins have friends who may become your friends too. Not only that, the child will be more friendly and kind to his friend. A study from Perth at the Cowan University has found that families with 4 or more children enjoy the greatest life satisfaction based on the criteria of resilience, social support, and self-esteem.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ahmad Akmal, for your opinion. Now back to you, Mr. Hafiz. Now we have heard the opinions of all of our panelists thus far, but I would like to get your opinion. How do you think a small family can affect a child's academic and co-curricular performance?
First of all, I would like to address the inquiry from Mr. Ahmad Akmal that the research that I have is made from 3 economists written by Chin Hui, Yona, and also Andrew. And it is said it is from a data from the National Longitude Survey of Fjords in 1979. Now let's go to my third point, which is with small family, it will give a better life quality for parents. Parents are greatly benefit by a small family. The expenditures such as of supporting a kid from cradle to university, such as school books, uniform, trips, and university's fees are greatly reduced. Moreover, fewer kids create a more controllable impact on family finance, thus relieving strain and emotional pressure level. By having a small family, parents have a time to maintain their health because there will be less strain and worry due to less kids to watch. They will have more time and energy due to their healthy bodies. If we compare to the parents with a big family, they are most likely to neglect their health because they are way too busy to watch over their children, and they will feel more tired and have no energy for them. Furthermore, by having a small family, parents will have a good time with their works because they are facing less stress and at home and provide their family with a better environment, comfortable place for their children to stay, provide a better education, food, and also clothing. Finally, parents with a small family can achieve their own goal, which parents with a big family could not have could not have those chance to achieve their own goal because they have a big responsibility towards their big family. Thank you.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, Mr. Hafiz, but I personally disagree on your point because there are also children from small family did not get attention from their parents. This is because the parents are busy working and doing house chores, and most of them will only get medical attention. There will not be any family members to look after them when the parents are working. Based on article How Much Attention the Children Need by Rico Waters, parenting is not a part-time job. They need attention at the right time and of the right quality. If they receive the attention, they will be satisfied, they will be fulfilled. But if they don't get it, they will go looking for it, often in the wrong way. Other than that, family cannot be friends with their children. What I mean by this point is that parents did not really fully understand the child problems. They may be old to understand nowadays kids as the era have changed a lot. In this case, siblings are more understanding as they are living in the same era. Kelly Sanders, MFT, and the therapist in California said, in Parents or Friend, Can You Be Both to Your Child article published on 31st January 2012, if you are first a friend, then when the child is a preteen or teenager, the child will not need you as a friend. By then, he or she will have friends their own age to listen to. As teen, they need you as a parent, but they are not going to tell you that. When you become their friend first, parenting will become difficult to establish. The child may not see you as an authority figure, and when you try to establish authority, the child will most likely question you even more. Well, that's not what you want. Furthermore, the parents may face problems in their old age. When the parents of small family get old and require help, they do not have adequate children to take care of them, unlike large family. There are additional children that they can all assist each other out. As stated on the Star newspaper at 8 June 2019, the MCA Public Services and Complaints Department head said that the department has handled 11 cases of elderly parents being abandoned by their children since 2017. In the last 2 years, a total of 11 people have come to MCA to seek our help. They beg us to help send them to welfare or old folks home, saying that they were not wanted by their children. Chong told that to a press conference at Wisma MCA. Well, that's all. That's the point why I disagree with you, Mr. Hafiz.
I'm sorry for interrupting, Dr. Sarah, but I would just like to reiterate my support for the points made by Mr. Hafiz by providing one of my own, which is children from smaller families tend to be given a higher quality of life, which is directly attributable to better performance in school and co-curricular activities. This is because of two main reasons. Number one, children from smaller families, for the most part, are provided with a lot more attention and care from the parents, due to the fact that said attention and care does not have to be subdivided between a larger number of siblings. This would mean that the child's performance will be closely monitored and managed by their parents to ensure that the child's full potential is realized. You see, better management through effective measures such as positive and negative reinforcement help instill the importance of academic achievements into the child, and prevents the child's priorities from straying to more unproductive goals and habits such as smoking and drinking. Furthermore, children from small families will be provided the best opportunities and access to the best facilities and amenities at the disposal of the parents, as the resources allocated in raising and nurturing their children is centered between a smaller group of individuals. For example, a parent earning a middle-class income with smaller families might be able to send all their children to tuition classes to improve their academics, or to send them to extracurricular lessons such as taekwondo or piano to provide their children with beneficial talents and skills, which parents earning the same amount of income from larger families may have a little bit more trouble doing, because they would have to allocate a lot more resources in raising their children. You see, now to substantiate my argument today, I would like to quote a thesis written by Jennifer Barry from Wichita State University on the effect of socioeconomic status on academic achievement, which has found that smaller family size has been linked with higher academic achievement. Students with fewer siblings are likely to receive more parental attention and have more access to resources than children from larger ones. This additional attention and support leads to a better school performance. Now, these are among the reasons why I heavily support the points made by Mr. Hafiz.
Pardon me, speaker number 3. I would like to ask what evidence does the author in the article provides to support his stance? Can the evidence be proven? My argument is having a small family can affect the child's emotion, which is the child may feel lonely. A small family with single kids may offer the child a feeling of loneliness. This is because the kids has no sibling to speak to, and he or she cannot learn the difference between the desire and requirements. As a parent are incapable to stop everything to offer every child what she or he wants. In small family, it's hard to find someone that you can get along with, so you feel lonely and desperate. The child will feel envious when going to party where there is a huge family around. For example, your child goes to her best friend's birthday and there were relatives everywhere talking to each other and play games together. That's lovely moments small family can get. My second point is the child will be a selfish person and it prevents the kid from learning the responsibility. The most apparent disadvantage of a small family can be realized when the child is starting to get selfish. Devoid of that sibling relationship, the only child in the small family cannot learn the way to share. This is because the children are used to be alone and never share things with anyone. Another disadvantage of having a small family is that there is no chance for the child to learn responsibility early in his or her life. This is for the reason that they do not have younger siblings to take care of, and parents are busy working, so there is no time to teach children how to be responsible. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to all our panelists for their opinions and ideologies on our forum today. To end our forum for today, I would like to extend a question to our first speaker, Dr. Hilmi. What impact do you think smaller families have on the environment in our day and age?
Thank you very much for your question, Ms. Moderator. Now, I personally believe that small families can have a huge positive impact on the environment. Coming back to my point on human overpopulation. Human overpopulation also happens to be one of the main contributors to climate change and can cause serious environmental repercussions. Forests and natural areas being reclaimed and deforested for human housing and increased agricultural activities to feed a growing population, increased carbon emissions due to an increase of transportation needs, as well as an increased amount of waste and pollution due to increased human consumption and production, are just to name of the few examples where human overpopulation relates to environmental issues. An analysis cited by the US Department of Energy on the 4 principal biological systems on which humanity depends on, which are fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands, shows that demands at current levels of population, as well as per capita consumption, often exceed the long-term carrying capacity of these resources. The effects of overfishing, deforestation, and overgrazing are gradually undermining human life support systems to a level where they will no longer be able to sustain our human populations. These facts only solidify the importance of smaller families, not only on an individualistic scope, but as a viable countermeasure to ensure sustainable growth of our human populations.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hilmi, for your insight. And with that, we have come to the end of our forum of today. Thank you very much to our panelists for participating in today's forum, and to you, the audience, for your attention. Now, I would like to open the session for Q&A.